Hello friends, hope you are all safe. In this video, frame structure is going to be analyzed by direct stiffness method of analysis. For this, two types of frame elements are considered. The first problem is having frame elements having only straight members, and in second problem, a frame element with inclined member is discussed. Okay, so first let us consider a frame ABC with members AB and BC. They are straight, that is, their inclination theta is 0. The length of AB and BC be 1 meter and let flexural rigidity EI of all members be 1. Now about the loading on the frame structure. A uniformly distributed load 24 kN per meter is applied on span AB and a concentrated load or point load 8 kN is applied at the middle of span BC. First we have to find the equivalent joint load. Equivalent joint load means the force or the load acting on members are transferred to the adjacent joints. That is, here in span AB, a UDL 24 kN per meter is acting. It will be transferred to joint A and B. Similarly, in span BC, a point load 8 kN is acting. It will be transferred to joint B and C. While transferring a load to adjacent joints, we will get forces as well as moments. That is, in direct stiffness method of analysis, we assume that loads and moments are acting only at joints. So if there is a member force, we have to transfer it to the adjacent joint. Okay, now we can look how we are transferring these forces. First we can find equivalent joint reactions, and the forces will be opposite to that of reactions. Okay, so we can split the frame into AB and BC, and we assume that the ends are fixed. Okay, when a UDL is acting on a fixed beam, the fixed end moments will be WL square by 12. Okay, this will be acting anti-clockwise in left support and clockwise in right support. And the fixed end reactions will be WL by 2. That is, WL is the total load and half to left support and half to right support. That is, WL by 2 will be the fixed end reaction. So this UDL 24 kN per meter is transferred as load WL by 2 and moment WL square by 12 to the two adjacent joints A and B. Okay. Now WL square by 12 means W is 24, L is 1. Therefore WL square by 12 equal to 24 into 1 square by 12, which is equal to 2 kN meter, and WL by 2 equal to 24 into 1 by 2, which is equal to 12 kN at support A and B. Okay. Now for span BC, it is a point load. When a point load is acting, the fixed end moments will be WL by 8 and fixed end reactions will be W by 2. Therefore, WL by 8 is 8 into 1 by 8, which is equal to 1 kN meter, and W by 2 equal to 8 by 2, which is equal to 4 kN. Thus, in span BC, the fixed end moments will be 1 kN meter and fixed end reactions will be 4 kN at B and C. Now again joining the members to a single structure ABC, we obtain at A the reaction will be 12 kN and moment will be 2 kN meter, and at B there are two moments and two reactions. One is 2 kilonewton meter clockwise and the other is 1 kilonewton meter anti-clockwise. After summing these two moments, we get 2 minus 1, which is 1 kilonewton meter clockwise in the clockwise direction. And the reaction, there are two reactions, 12 kilonewton and 4 kilonewton, both acting upwards. Therefore, the total reaction will be 12 plus 4, that is 16 kilonewton in the upward direction. Next at C, the reaction is 4 kilonewton and the moment is 1 kilonewton meter in clockwise direction. Next is equivalent joint forces. Equivalent joint forces will be just opposite the equivalent joint reactions, just the opposite sign. That is, at A, load will be 12 kilonewton downwards. Reaction was 12 kilonewton upwards, therefore load will be or force will be 12 kilonewton downwards. And the moment at A will be 2 kilonewton meter in clockwise direction, that is opposite to that in equivalent joint reaction. Now at B, the load will be 16 kilonewton and the moment will be 1 kilonewton meter in anti-clockwise direction. And at C, the reaction is 4 kilonewton and the moment is 1 kilonewton meter. Okay. Next, let us derive the local stiffness matrix. For a frame element, the local stiffness matrix is given by this matrix. You can see in the figure, which is 12 EI by L cube, 6 EI by L square, minus 12 EI by L cube, 6 EI by L square, and so on. So this is a 4 by 4 matrix, that is, we are neglecting the axial elongation. There is one more term, AE by L, when axial deformation is considered. But here we are neglecting the axial deformation or yielding of members. So we have eliminated the terms AE by L and minus AE by L. So this is a 4 by 4 local stiffness matrix. Okay. Now let us consider for member AB. At A, the displacements be D1 and D2, and at B the displacement be D3 and D4, EI equal to 1 and length L equal to 1 meter. Therefore KLAB, local stiffness matrix of AB, will be equal to, by substituting EI and L in the above matrix, we get 12, 6 minus 12, 6, and so on like this. For displacements 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is, the rows and columns are marked as 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Next, for member BC, again EI equal to 1 and L equal to 1 meter. So KL of BC will be same as KL of AB. The values will be same, but here displacements are 3, 4, 5 and 6. Therefore, the rows and columns will be marked 3, 4, 5 and 6. But the inside inner values of the matrix will be same. Okay, so this is the local stiffness for AB and BC. Next we can find the global stiffness matrix for this structure. We have a formula Kg, global stiffness matrix. Kg is equal to T transpose KL into T, where T is transformation matrix and KL is local stiffness matrix. Transformation matrix T for a frame element is given by R00R, where R is CS0 minus SC0001, where C is cos theta and S is sin theta. But here theta is 0, therefore cos theta C is equal to 1, sin theta S equal to 0. Substituting these values in the R matrix, what will we get? We will get R as 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, that is, R is an identity matrix. And T is equal to R 0 0 R. Substituting the values of R again, T will be again an identity matrix. So multiplying T transpose KL into T, when T is an identity matrix, it will be equal to KL itself. That is, Kg will be equal to KL. That is, global stiffness matrix will be equal to local stiffness matrix when theta equal to 0. Next we can find the global stiffness matrix for the whole structure. First KGAB, that is global stiffness matrix of AB, which is equal to local stiffness matrix of AB that we have derived earlier, which is the matrix as you see. Next is KGBC, which will be equal to KLBC, which is the matrix as you see. But for matrix AB, the rows and columns are 1, 2, 3, 4. And for matrix BC, the rows and columns are 3, 4, 5, 6. Now to get the global stiffness matrix of the whole structure, we have to add KGAB and KGBC according to row and column number. That is, in Kg matrix, element 1, 1 is available only in KGAB, which is 12. So we write 12 at 1, 1. Element 1, 1 will be 12. And element 1, 2 will be available only in AB, which is again 6. And element 1, 3 is minus 12 from KGAB. And element 1, 4 will be 6 again from KGAB. And element 1, 5 and 1, 6. Such elements do not exist in KGAB or KGBC. So we just leave it as null elements or no elements or 0. Second row can be written in the same way as in the first row. Now for this third row, first element is 3, 1, that is third row, first column. This is available only in KGAB, which is minus 12. Next is 3, 2, third row, second element. That is also available in KGAB, which is minus 6. Next is the element 3, 3, that is third row, third column, which is available both in KGAB and KGBC. In KGAB, the element 3, 3 is 12, and in KGBC, the element 3, 3 is 12. So, in the global stiffness matrix of the whole structure Kg, the element 3, 3 will be 12 plus 12, that is 24. And 3, 4, element 3, 4, third row, fourth column will be minus 6 plus 6, minus 6 from KGAB and plus 6 from KGBC. So it will be 0. And 3, 5 will be minus 12, which is from KGBC, and 3, 6, third row, sixth column will be 6, which is also from KGBC. Similarly, you fill the 4, 5 and 6th rows and columns, and finally we obtain the global stiffness matrix of the whole structure as shown in the figure. Okay. Now looking at the support condition, the displacements D1, D2, D3, D5 and D6 are arrested or 0. That is, A is a fixed support. At a fixed support, no displacements are allowed. So displacement D1 and D2 are 0. And at B, which is a hinge support, only moments are allowed. So at B, D3 is 0 and only D4 is allowed. And at C, again it is a fixed support, so no displacements. Therefore, D5 and D6 are 0. That is, in this whole structure, only displacement D4 is allowed. Okay. Now cancelling all rows and columns corresponding to 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6, the element that exists is 8, which is element 4, 4, that is fourth row and fourth column. Therefore, global stiffness matrix for this whole structure Kg is equal to 8. Now let us find the global displacements. We have already found that D1 equal to D2 equal to D3 equal to D5 equal to D6 equal to 0. that is only D4 needed to be found. We have a formula P is equal to kg into D, where P is the force acting in the direction of D4, kg is the global stiffness matrix considering the support reactions, and D is the required displacement. In the direction of D4, equivalent joint load is 1 kilonewton meter. That is P equal to 1 kilonewton meter. Substituting the values in the equation, we get 1 equal to 8 into D4. Therefore, D4 is equal to 1 by 8 meter or 0.125 meter. The unit for this displacement, whether meter, millimeter or centimeter, is decided by what units we have given for EI and L while finding the local stiffness matrix. So here I have taken meter, so D4 is 0.125 meter. Okay. Next, to find the member forces, we have a formula P is equal to kg into D. But since this is a frame, we have to add the initial forces due to fixing. For finding equivalent joint force, we have converted the member load into joint forces. So we have to add the equivalent forces due to fixing with this kg into D to get the final member force. Okay. First, let us consider member AB. Let the forces acting be P1, P2 at A and P3, P4 at B, and the forces due to fixing are 12 to 12 minus 2. Therefore, in the equation, P1, P2, P3, P4 will be equal to kg AB into matrix D1, D2, D3, D4 plus forces due to fixing, which is 12 to 12 minus 2. After multiplying and adding, we get forces as 12.75, 2.25, 11.25 and minus 1.5. And the unit will be, for forces the unit will be kilonewton, and for moment the unit will be kilonewton meter. Okay. In this figure you can see how the forces and moments are marked in member AB. Next, for member BC, the forces are P3 and P4 at B and P5 and P6 at C. And the initial forces due to fixing are 4, 1, 4 minus 1. Okay. Therefore, after equating, we get P3, P4, P5, P6 equal to kgBC into matrix D3, D4, D5, D6 plus initial forces due to fixing, which is 4, 1, 4 minus 1. After multiplying and adding, we get the forces as 4.75, 1.5, 3.25 and minus 0.75. Okay. In the figure you can see how the forces and moments are marked. Okay. Now, with the member forces that we have derived or we have evaluated for members AB and BC, we can draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram of this frame. Shear forces in member AB are 12.75 and 11.25. Before drawing the shear force diagram, we have to know the shape of shear force and moment diagrams for different loadings. That is, how when a UDL is applied or when a point load is applied, how the shear force diagram will appear. You should have an idea about that. After that, you can draw this shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Okay, so here in this AB section, the shear forces are 12.75 kilonewton at A and 11.25 kilonewton at B. Since it is UDL, its shape will be like this. Okay. Now in BC it is a point load, and at B the shear force is 4.75 kilonewton and at C the shear force is 3.25 kilonewton. Okay, and the shear force diagram or the shape of shear force will be like this. That is a drop at the point load, at the place of point load. So this is the shear force diagram for the structure or frame ABC. Now for bending moment diagram, the bending moment at A is 2.25 kilonewton meter, at B it is 1.5 kilonewton meter, and at C it is 0.75 kilonewton meter. In the section AB, the load is UDL, uniformly distributed load, therefore the bending moment diagram will be parabolic. And in section BC, it is a point load, so the bending moment diagram will be linear. Okay, so this is the shear force and bending moment diagram that we obtained for this structure, for this frame structure. Okay. Now let us consider another frame ABC, whose one member AB is inclined at an angle theta and the second member BC is straight, that is inclination is 0. The length of BC is 6 meter and length of AB can be found by Pythagoras theorem, that is root of 4.5 square plus 6 square, which will be 7.5 meter. Now for all members, for these two members, let Young's modulus E is equal to 200 gigapascal, that is 200 into 10 raised to 6 kilonewton per meter square, and moment of inertia I equal to 60 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter raised to 4, and area of the members be 600 mm square. So in meter it will be 600 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Now we can mark the global coordinates of each joint. For a frame member, 3 displacements are possible at a joint. Okay, so at A, let the displacements or let the coordinates be 1, 2 and 3. 1 in x direction, 2 in y direction, and 3 is the rotation in z direction. Similarly at B, let the coordinates be 4, 5 and 6, and at C let the coordinates be 7, 8 and 9. Okay. Now we have to find the equivalent joint load. In member AB there are no member forces, so no need to calculate the equivalent joint load. But in member BC there is a uniformly distributed load of 3 kilonewton per meter. So fixed end moments will be WL square by 12 and fixed end forces will be WL by 2. WL square by 12 equal to 3 into 6 square by 12, which is 9 kilonewton meter, and WL by 2 equal to 3 into 6 by 2, which is equal to 9 kilonewton. So these are the joint reactions. Now finding the equivalent joint load, it will be, as you can see in the figure, at A there is no load, at B 9 kilonewton downwards, that is opposite to reaction, and 9 kilonewton meter in clockwise direction, and at C there is again 9 kilonewton downwards and 9 kilonewton meter in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, next we can find the local stiffness matrix of each member. So this is the general form of local stiffness matrix for a frame element. It is a 6 by 6 matrix. Here we are considering the yielding of members. That is why we have taken AE by L. Okay, in question if it is given that the members are rigid or non-yielding, then we need not take this AE by L. Only 4 by 4 matrix is enough. But if nothing is specified in the question, then we have to take this AE by L term, that is yielding or axial deformations have to be taken, and the local stiffness matrix will be a 6 by 6 matrix. Okay. Now we can find the values of each terms in this matrix. Now for member AB, AE by L is A is 600 into 10 raised to minus 6, E is 200 into 10 raised to 6, and length of AB is 7.5 meter. Therefore AE by L equal to 16 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton per meter. Now 12 EI by L cube equal to 341.33 kilonewton per meter. Next 6 EI by L square equal to 1280 kilonewton. Next 4 EI by L equal to 4 into 200 into 10 raised to 6 into 60 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 7.5, which is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton meter. And finally 2 EI by L equal to 2 into E equal to 200 into 10 raised to 6 into I equal to 60 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 7.5, which is equal to 3.2 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton meter. Okay, now for member BC whose length is 6 meter, the terms AE by L equal to 2 into 10 raised to 4 kilonewton per meter, 12 EI by L cube is equal to 666.667 kilonewton per meter. 6 EI by L square equal to 2 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton. 4 EI by L equal to 8 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton meter, and 2 EI by L equal to 4 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton meter. So substituting these values in the local stiffness matrix, you will get the local stiffness matrix for AB and BC. Okay, next is the global stiffness matrix. For that, we have a formula connecting global and local stiffness matrix, which is Kg. Global stiffness matrix Kg is equal to T transpose KL into T, where T is the transformation matrix and KL is the local stiffness matrix. Okay. Consider member AB. Transformation matrix T will be R00 R, where R is CS0 minus SC0 and 001, where C is cos theta, which is 6 divided by 7.5, that is adjacent side by hypotenuse, which equal to 0.8, and sin theta equal to 4.5 by 7.5, that is opposite side by hypotenuse, which is equal to 0.6. Substituting these values, R is equal to 0.8, 0.60, minus 0.6, 0.80 and 001. So substituting this R matrix in T, we will get the transformation matrix T. Now KGAB, that is global stiffness matrix of AB, is equal to T transpose into local stiffness matrix of AB into T, that is T transpose KLAB into T. After multiplying these three matrices, we will get KGAB as shown in the figure. KGAB will be a 6 by 6 matrix with terms 10.36 into 10 raised to 3, 7.52 into 10 raised to 3, minus 768, minus 10.36 into 10 raised to 3, minus 7.52 into 10 raised to 3, minus 768, and like this 6 rows and 6 columns. Okay. Next, for member BC, here the inclination theta is equal to 0. If theta is 0, then transformation matrix T will be an identity matrix and KGBC will be equal to KLBC. That is, global stiffness matrix of BC will be equal to local stiffness matrix of member BC, which we have already found earlier. Okay, so this is the KGBC, and its terms are 2 into 10 raised to 4 00 minus 2 into 10 raised to 4 00 and so on as shown in the figure. Now we have to note another thing, that in KGAB the rows and columns are marked according to the displacement or global coordinates, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in KGBC the rows and columns are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay. Next, we can find the global stiffness matrix of the whole structure ABC, which is Kg which will be equal to kgAB plus kgBC. So in this, displacements D1, D2, D3, D7, D8 and D9 are arrested because of fixed support. That is only D4, D5 and D6 exist. Now cancelling all rows and columns corresponding to 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 and 9, global stiffness matrix Kg will be equal to, you can see, which is a 3 by 3 matrix with column and row numbers 4, 5 and 6. Okay, that is this matrix is obtained by first adding matrix KGAB and KGBC according to the element number or row or column number, then cancelling the rows and columns numbered 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 and 9, because the displacements corresponding to these numbers are 0. Okay, next we have to find the global displacements D4, D5 and D6. Now the formula connecting force and displacement is P is equal to kg into D, where P is the forces in the direction 4, 5 and 6. D is the displacement that we have to find in the direction 4, 5 and 6, and kg is the global stiffness matrix after arresting the support reactions or support displacements. So here the member forces are P4, P5, P6 is equal to kg into D4, D5 and D6. The forces are 0, minus 9 and minus 9, that are equivalent joint forces. Minus represents clockwise rotation. This is the kg matrix and D4, D5 and D6. Now converting it to equation form, it will be, first equation will be 0 equal to 30360 D4 plus 7.52 into 10 raised to 3 D5 plus 768 D6. Second equation will be minus 9 equal to 7.52 into 10 raised to 3 D4 plus 6.65 into 10 raised to 3 D5 plus 980 D6. Now the third equation is minus 9 equal to 768 D4 plus 980 D5 plus 14.4 into 10 raised to 3 D6. Now solving these three equations, you will get D4 equal to 4.57 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter, D5 equal to minus 1.79 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, and D6, which is the rotation, which is equal to minus 5.27 into 10 raised to minus 4 radians. Okay, next we can find the member forces in local and global direction. First, for member AB, P, member force PAB will be equal to kgAB into DAB plus initial forces due to fixing, that is equivalent forces due to fixing. Okay, so the forces in member AB are P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, which is equal to kgAB into D, where D1 is 0, D2 is 0, D3 is 0, D4, D5, D6 we have found earlier, plus initial forces due to fixing. Since there are no member forces, the forces due to fixing will be 0. So after multiplying these matrices, we will get the forces as 9.13, 6.73, 0.5, minus 9.13, minus 6.73, minus 1.19. In the figure, you can see these forces marked in global XYZ direction. Next, we can find the local member forces small p. The formula connecting local and global member forces is small p is equal to T into capital P, where T is transformation matrix and P is the global forces. T is R00R and P we have just found, which is 9.13, 6.73, 0.5, minus 9.13, minus 6.73 and minus 1.19. And multiplying this, the forces will be 11.34 minus 0.09, 0.5 minus 11.34, 0.09 and minus 1.19. In the figure you can see how these forces are marked, and these forces are marked in local xy direction. In the previous case it was marked in global xy direction or global coordinate direction. Now it is marked in local coordinate direction. Okay, local xyz. Okay. Next, for member BC, PBC equal to KGBC into capital DBC plus initial forces due to fixing. The forces are P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, which is equal to KGBC into D4, D5, D6, which we have obtained earlier, and D7 equal to 0, D8 equal to 0 and D9 equal to 0, plus equivalent forces due to fixing are in the direction 4 it is 0, 5, in the direction 5 it is 9, in the direction 6 it is again 9, in the direction 7 it is 0, in the direction of 8 it is 9 and in the direction of 9 it is minus 9. Okay, after multiplying and adding these matrices you will get the forces as 9.13, 6.73, 1.19, minus 9.13, 11.25 and minus 14.69. In the figure you can see these forces marked in the global xyz direction. Okay. Next, for local member forces of BC, the member BC is a straight element, that is inclination theta equal to 0, and hence local member forces will be equal to global member forces, which is same as obtained earlier, and the figure will also be similar to the previous figure. Okay. Next we can draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. In member AB the shear force is 0.09 and there are no member forces on AB. So it will be marked as a straight rectangle box on AB. Now on BC, at B the shear force is 6.73 and at C the shear force is 11.25. Since it is a UDL, uniformly distributed load, the shape of shear force diagram will be like this. Next, for bending moment diagram, at A the bending moment is 0.5 and at B it is 1.19. Now for member BC, which is UDL, and the shape of bending moment will be parabolic, and at B the bending moment is 1.19 and at C the bending moment is 14.69. So this will be the bending moment diagram for ABC. Hope you have understood this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you.